We're live.
Woo.
Breathe. Okay, let's see if I can adjust this down. Just a touch. Just a touch. All right, now we wait for the people to show up. Guys, what's going on? If you're watching this on a replay, it's a surprise live stream. We've just decided, hey, what's going on? Let's check in. It's been like, Bree is off camera. She's right here. So
I'm here off camera. But Captain Tiki
is on camera. He was so demanding about it too. He was like, if I'm going to be on camera, I want to be like right in the middle of the. He's so demanding about it. But we just decided, hey, let's just check in with people, see what's going on. It's been like 9 months since our last live stream, I think.
Yeah.
I have to put on my sunglasses if the sun keeps.
Well, you have them, so.
Beating down. I got
beating down is
beating
such
down.
Harsh
I got my
sun today.
aviators. My aviators.
It's
What's
actually
going
a really
on?
nice day.
It is a beautiful day. There's gusts of wind gusts. But outside of that, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
Hey, good. How are you, Eric? What's going on with you? How's your stay-at-home time going? Hey, Taylor. Taylor, I got to publicly acknowledge, Taylor is our new Patron.
Oh, hooray!
I believe it's a he. I'm not sure if Taylor. Correct me if I'm incorrect here, but I'll just say Taylor.
Yeah.
Taylor is our latest patron supporter.
Yay!
And we do these live streams once a month for our $7 patrons on Patreon. We do monthly live streams just for them, and it's kind of small and intimate, and like we know everybody. So we're just like, well, what did you watch? But what did I say? Like 9 months since the last one of these, right?
Yeah, so. On the main channel here. Yep.
Oh, the Target vinyl video. Thank you. That was really cool. That's I'd like to do more videos like that, but I don't know. I tend to buy a lot of like old vinyl, like vintage vinyl, record shows and stuff like that. We've got several record show. Taylor's of the male gender, so I was correct by that. Okay,
it's important to know. You want to call someone.
I mean, I don't want to exactly. Taylor, thank you. That's the bottom line. Is thank you. We really appreciate you.
We do.
But go back to the vinyl thing. Like we do a lot of like I do vinyl shows. I go to a vinyl show twice a year, and I picked up some stuff from the. When I go, I like to do like haul videos. I don't think I did one. Okay, here's one of these gusts.
Gusts to wind.
Can you guys hear me through the wind gust? Because it's pretty intense. And I wouldn't want the microphone to get blown out or anything like that. But if you can't, I guess it'd be more important to say like you can't hear us.
Yeah.
Oh, Dave's here. Dave, what's going on, man? How are you guys doing? Weathering the storm.
Oh, drinking morning coffee. I just finished mine.
Yeah,
Woo.
I finished mine too. Mine gave me heartburn.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Now everybody knows.
Now everybody, yeah. Well, I mean, why not? Like I was just like, ugh.
Yeah.
Oh, Ross is here too. What's up, Ross?
Lots of people.
So many of our Patreon family are here. That's
Yay.
fantastic. Stuart's here. Hey, Michael, composer. Everybody, direct your attention to composer Michael McCormick, Soundtrack TV. Co-commentator with me on Jaws, the Jaws commentary that we have. You can find a playlist of commentaries on our YouTube homepage, and there's 3 there right now. I think there is. I think it's Batman, it's Jaws, and there's one more. It's Home Alone. Home Alone's the 3rd one. What's up, Cartoon Fortress? So how's everybody doing? You guys got anything you want to talk about? How's so how's life? How's school? It's my Family Guy life. So how's school? Let's see. Oh, Joe's at work.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Boo.
Boo.
But it is a weekday, and
Yeah.
some people are still doing it.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to work after this, so.
Yeah.
Hashtag doing it. That's what you said. So some people are still doing it. Wow, I just got like 7 comments all at one time.
So
I couldn't
someone
keep up
said
with
surviving the lockdown through 80s cop shows and PlayStation 4.
Nice. I got to know what 80s cop shows. Is TJ
Tell
Hooker
us.
in there? Starsky and Hutch? That's more 70s, right?
Someone just saw Raging Bull on Netflix.
Oh, wow. That's
Daniel says greetings from Costa Rica. Hola, Daniel, pura vida. Yep. Oh. It's 4:30 p.m. in London.
nice.
Yep.
Got any big plans? Any London London skyline plans. Everybody's kind of staying inside in London, right? Like, are the supermarkets open? Like, what's open in London? Like, if you need to go to Sainsbury's or like Tesco, are they there or are they closed as well? Like, where do you go?
Sean is off today, but got up early for this. Thank you.
Who did?
Sean.
Sean, like our Sean?
Sean Thompson.
Yeah. Nice. Thank you, Sean.
Here's some questions. Are you ready?
Yeah, sure.
So, what's your favorite soundtrack and score soundtrack?
Is that for Michael McCormick?
No.
No? Okay.
It's not. It's
Did someone pay
Eric
Michael? Did Michael McCormick pay someone to ask that? Let's see. I don't know, but maybe. I mean, I really like the Batman score from Danny Elfman. I really like Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves by Michael Kamen. But then, are we talking about? It was soundtrack and score, right?
Yeah.
So, but if we were gonna go with like a song track. I don't know. I also like Yellow Submarine. That's a really good song track that they reissued. That I also like Thank God It's Friday. Yeah,
that's good.
Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves is the first one that comes to mind.
Yeah. Soundtrack TV, which is Michael McCormick.
Yeah.
Wants to know, have you watched Blue Thunder yet?
No.
Okay.
I want him removed from the. Remove Michael McCormick from the.
He's banned. Let's see.
I'm going to. For real, I'm going to.
Someone wants to know, have you seen the Kickstarter for the Beetlejuice documentary?
Let me circle back to the.
Yes.
I have the amount of review material that comes in here. Like, I just want people to know, like, I'm not sitting at home just like, what to watch on Netflix, what to watch. Like, I have like legitimately 30 movies waiting to be reviewed, 4 companies that want reviews, you know? So it's not like I'm just slacking on some of this stuff.
Like, you're just laying around eating grapes and
I think that's kind of maybe the perception is like, well, you know, people are always just looking for something to watch. But I'm never looking for something to watch. I'm burning through it as fast as I can.
Yeah, you've got large stacks of things to watch.
Large stacks. Okay, what were you saying?
Someone else asked, have you seen the Kickstarter for the Beetlejuice documentary?
No, I have not.
Okay.
Isn't it weird that like everything gets a documentary now? And on one hand, that's cool. On the other hand, does everything need a documentary? Talk amongst yourselves. That's just a thought to just throwing it out there. Everything gets a documentary now. The making of. I don't know. I was trying to think of something really obscure.
Yeah, people
G.I. Joe the
People
movie.
are really into those kind of documentaries right now.
We're just at a place in our culture now where those really do well. They really take off.
We just want to know. We want to know the inside information.
Well, and you know why we want to know is because we're not getting that story on the Blu-rays and the DVDs themselves, the official products of that. So if you want to hear the story, it's going to take someone not affiliated with the production to get it.
Yeah. The answer to the cop shows is Hunter and Hill Street Blues at the moment.
Oh, Hunter! I used to love Hunter.
Let's see.
I never really saw Hill Street Blues. I mean, great theme song, but I don't have a whole lot of viewing history with Hill Street Blues. I should.
Let's see. Stuart wants to know, what's your favorite buddy cop movie?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of what some. So there's Lethal Weapon. There's like Stakeout. 48 Hours. I'm not sure. I don't have an answer for that ready to go. Name me some buddy cop movies and go, if you can, go back. Go like 60s and 70s because that's probably where it's going to be.
Someone wants to know, what do you think of Disney rebranding 20th Century Fox to 20th Century Studios?
I think it's inevitable, really, because it's not Fox anymore, and they want to have a clear distinction between what was. I mean, that company doesn't exist anymore as it was, and they want to have this new. What about when they changed it to 21st Century, right? It's just this. It doesn't really bother me, honestly.
It just is what it is.
Yeah. What do you think about it?
Yeah. Let's see. Someone likes your jacket.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, they said it's a nice jacket, so I assume that means they
it's
like
very,
it.
It's very warm. This is like the last gasp of winter.
Yeah, someone talked about how it looks so nice here, and it does beautiful. It looks like a beautiful spring day, but it is a little cool for us.
Yeah, it is. I'm going to the sunglasses
Okay.
because I can't see anyway. There's a glare on it, so I'm just like, well, so let's go with the aviators.
Someone said
yes.
They own a ridiculous amount of physical media, like they own the complete sets of The Office and Community, yet they stream them on Netflix. And do you find yourself doing the same?
No.
You know, but I do.
You do.
I do.
I do not, but Bree does.
I do.
I never.
For ease.
I don't ever watch Netflix at all. This came up in our last Patreon family live stream as I was just like, I hate Netflix. I got like real grumpy, real Clint Eastwood Gran Torino about the whole thing. I was just like, get off my lawn, Netflix. But no, but you do. You watch Seinfeld on a loop. You watch Is it Always Sunny that you watch? Or you watch it on Hulu?
Yeah, I watch that. I mean, that's on Hulu. It's still the same idea of streaming. Things that we own, I will still stream. Yeah. Especially if I'm just watching them by myself, just because it's easier.
But I don't do that. I watch the discs. I prefer that. It's better quality, and I don't have to worry about buffering or streaming or like that weird 10 seconds when you first hit play and it looks like absolute garbage.
Do you know how often I have to worry about buffering and streaming or
how often?
Buffering? Not very often.
I wonder if it's because you primarily
remember the last time.
I wonder if that's because you primarily do it on your iPad.
Maybe, I don't know. Let's see. Do you have any thoughts on the Bruce Lee box set from Criterion?
I think it looks amazing. We reported on it when it was announced a couple of days ago, and I am super excited about it. I already have the movies, but for Criterion, we had heard, right? Like there was rumors. There was a hushed rumor around the community that Criterion was going to be putting those out when the Shout Factory license expired. And it's kind of a best case scenario because they're going to take better care of those movies than anybody could. Alternate cuts of movies. I'm so excited. So excited. It's a very fair retail price. I think it's $125 for 7 discs, but it's already down to like $80 something, and it might go lower than that. Barnes and Noble sales too. You know, you get it for like 60 something bucks, like 6 movies. I think it's 5 movies. I don't know. I'm super excited about it.
Someone wants to know, are you excited for the new Willie Nelson album?
Willie Nelson is putting them out pretty fast these days. I don't feel like I've properly absorbed the last 2 Willie Nelson albums. I have them. I'm so glad he's still with us. I'm so glad he's still putting out music. I'm looking forward to it. I can't say I'm excited about it, but I'm looking forward to it, and I'm absolutely going to pick it up.
We have a greetings from the Netherlands. They've still got a stockpile of 80 movies on Blu-ray that keep them busy. But are there any Warner Archive Blu-rays you recommend?
Oh, that's why we have Spotlight videos. We have 4 Warner Archive Spotlight videos to serve that very purpose. More than I could ever mention here. Some of my favorites off the top of my head are Fearless Vampire Killers. I just discovered Harper, the Paul Newman movie, which I thought was fantastic. I'm trying to think of some other big ones for me. We're going to be doing a spotlight. Oh, you know what? I'm going to save it. We're doing a spotlight video on some Warner Archive stuff coming up about a particular series within Warner Archive, some sci-fi goodness.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. But yeah, go check out our spotlight videos. There's actually a Warner Archive playlist on our YouTube homepage, and that's why that's there, so people can go. Like when they announced the sale, when the sale was announced, and then it got killed on the same day, or postponed on the same day. When they just brought it back over the weekend, this past weekend, when I was covering it and like announcing it and everything, I was like, make sure you check out our 4 spotlight videos, because I mean we cover like 30 discs in those spotlights. So
we have a scoop.
A scoop.
That Jaws is coming out on 4K in June.
Yeah.
Which I think you knew.
Yeah.
We talked about that.
Did someone say that was a scoop?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was Eric McCormick.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it. And is Michael McCormick excited about it? Because composer Michael, he makes me say composer Michael McCormick. No, I'm just kidding. But he's the composer. Guys, among you is the composer for The Shark Is Still Working, the documentary about Jaws. That's on the Jaws DVD and Blu-ray. I think it's on the DVD. But the documentary The Shark Is Still Working, the co-producer and the composer of that documentary is among us right now. What does he think about Jaws coming to 4K? That's what I want to know.
Okay. Someone wants to know, have you seen Prisoners? And if so, what was your opinion?
I don't know what that is.
Okay.
What is Prisoners?
Let's see.
Is that some sort of a Netflix thing? Is that one of them streaming shows? I don't know.
Someone wants to know, what are your thoughts on the 70s horror movie, The Pit?
I've never seen The Pit. I need to see The Pit. I've had multiple people tell me, you got to see The Pit. Is that Cartoon Fortress? Who asked that?
The Vintage Toy Kid.
Cartoon Fortress. I think it was Cartoon Fortress was talking to me about The Pit as well. I know. I need to see The Pit. I really do.
Add it to your list.
Ooh, it's cold out here, man. Is that
The
breeze
wind
hit?
is chilly.
Has anyone complained about the wind? Like, can they hear us okay?
No, I haven't seen a complaint about that yet.
All right, cool.
So someone said, are you going to alphabetize your collection, and would you would you do a video processing, like how you do that? Because they would love to see it. I think that would need to include me, because
Yeah, that's not happening. But by myself, that's not
no,
happening.
it would never happen. But that's my cup of tea. So
Yeah.
if we decide to do it, we should video it and talk about how we do it, figure it out, because I'm sure a lot of people are in that same boat.
I was talking to Martinez Joe 74, I think is the screen name.
Yeah,
who has it?
That's who was asking that.
Oh, okay. Well, we were just talking about that in the comments of, I think it was on Instagram maybe, but he just did the same thing. He was alphabetizing, and I was just like, I mean, it's thousands of movies, and
Yeah.
I don't know how to. You already know we have like, you couldn't get a slip of paper between most of the boxes, and so there's no room for expansion there. We've already got stuff all over the floor.
Yeah, we need to build more shelves, first of all.
That's first.
But then I could lead the alphabetizing charge. I think it's important and we need to do it. And once we get everything off the floor, then I can help with that.
Well, here's the question. Do we go hardcore alphabetizing, AA, AB, AC, or do we just do all A's, all B's?
We can make that decision when we get there.
Okay.
Yep.
Sounds good.
All right. Someone wants to know, what do you think of our WD movie that was in Horror Pack?
Oh, I haven't watched it yet, but when I do, it'll show up in a future review palooza. It's in the stack. Again, there's like at least 30 movies in the stack at all times.
Someone said they know you're busy, but did you watch Super Thunder Sting Car?
I don't know what that
I
is.
don't know what that is either.
What is Super Thunder Sting Car?
Are you aware that of the 2 PS4 games that PlayStation will be giving away free digitally for a limited time starting tonight?
No. Tell me more about that, please. And everyone else that's here that plays PS4. And are they good games? Do you get to choose? Or is it like, I was trying to think of like a really bad game. Is it the Zombieland, the Zombieland digital game that just came out? Because that does not look good.
Someone asked, since you have the buddy cop look going for you,
Hey.
who would be your sidekick?
Oh, it'd be you, for sure. It'd be Bree, for sure. Bree is my sidekick in everything. And, you know, I don't shout her out enough, or maybe I do, but I always want to give credit where credit is due. I won't say most, a lot of the videos that you see that seem like they're me or whatever, they were her idea, and she's the one that was like, you should probably approach this from this angle. And she produces me. Like, you are legitimately, you're my legit producer. And so many times the ideas for the videos come from you. So you would be my partner for sure. If we're talking fictional, and if we could go with like any era, it might be like, trying to think who I would like from like maybe, I don't want to go too deep because people are like, who?
Then do it anyway.
Robert Forrester. I could go with, trying to think of some of my favorite like 70s action stars. I'm gonna go with Robert Forster. I like that. Maybe Sam Jackson.
Look,
The pollen just fell on the
Pollen
computer.
just
Let me see.
attacked me.
This just attacked us. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. This is the
It is.
thumbnail.
It is
Just me
everywhere.
with a pollen mustache on top of my regular mustache. Okay. Do I need to speed up? How are we doing on these? I can't see.
I can't
so.
see how many comments
Okay.
are. I'm trying to stay where we are in the comments
Yeah.
with the questions, or else I'll get lost.
What's how far are we doing on time? Because we have a hard out at a certain time.
Yeah, we have to be out by 11:30 our
Yeah.
time. It's almost 10:50.
Okay, so we're doing all right.
Yeah. Someone said you look like a young Sam Elliott.
Hey, that is high praise. We talking about like that lifeguard movie, Sam Elliott, because that's like peak. Well,
Someone asked, did you hear Criterion is releasing a Bruce Lee box set? But I was gonna say yes. We talked.
Yeah,
about
we
that
talked about it earlier in the live stream. We also
Yeah.
broke the news on Facebook and on Twitter. If you're not following us on Facebook or Twitter, you're probably missing some super cool announcements like as soon as they happen. Because we get press releases from people too. So I'm excited though.
Someone said you should consider giving the travel vlogs a go. That they believed you mentioned your travel interest in a previous episode. Yes, we love travel.
We love travel. Travel's off the table right now, but when it's back on the table, we have plans.
Yeah, I will say when we've done travel vlogs, they've not gotten very good views.
Yeah, that's something to be considered. Is that what? Oh, still have pollen on me. Okay.
It's just
Just
stuff.
generally dusty. Okay. They don't, like, people don't watch our travel videos. And do we do them for us? Do we do them for other people? Try to do both, you know? We try to not just serve ourselves, and we try not to just serve an audience. So we try to have a balance in that. But in the past, yeah, the one I always talk about is our video that we went to Tupelo. We went to the home of Elvis's birth home. We went to the general store where he got his first guitar, stood on the spot where he bought that first guitar. We talked to the lady that worked at the store. That video is still one of our worst performing videos in the entire history of this channel.
Can I just add that you also
Heartbreaking.
You played the background music.
I wrote the music and I played the music in that video. Yeah, it's kind of crushing
when you put that much of yourself
when
into it.
Yeah, it's kind of crushing, to be
Yeah.
honest with you. So we would like to, but we're going to do some stuff anyway.
Yeah.
But hopefully people will show up for it and not just be like, I want you to talk about what you bought. I don't know why they're talking like that.
I know, I was
Hey,
like, why do
boy.
they have to be country?
Hey, boy, I want to see what you bought. Show me your haul video, boy. Squeal like a pig.
Someone asked, do you have any favorite movies that are obscure?
Like
That'd
all,
be like
all
all
of
the
them.
movies you like.
That's
are
what I
obscure.
like.
Yeah, that is your favorite. Obscure. Uh-oh, I lost my place.
Uh-oh. Oh no, let me try to think of some obscure. Right, okay, last night I just watched The Killer is Loose, Bud Bedecker, 1956, I think it is. He's the guy behind the renowned westerns with Randolph Scott, and it's like there's a murderer loose in the suburbs in 1956, and he's coming for a cop. He's specifically coming for the cop's wife as revenge. Fantastic movie. It was shot in 15 days. That's what I love, stuff like that, absolutely. Drive-in movies.
Someone wants to know, did you pick up the Criterion Godzilla Showa color?
Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet.
I have
sure
most of
want
those.
it. It
I
looks
do.
really good.
I really want it. I have most of those on DVD, so the expense is kind of the that's been the barrier right now. And I will pick it up, especially during one of those half-off sales or something. But haven't yet because it's just not super high on the priority list since I already own most of them.
Mm-hmm.
The one I don't own is Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, which is one of my favorites of the entire Showa era.
Someone asked, what's your opinion of Twin Peaks? They haven't seen it yet, but found a deluxe gold box edition at a thrift store, factory sealed for $1.50.
Get out of town.
Like, that's a good deal.
So I know people love Twin Peaks. I have watched some Twin Peaks and I don't dislike it, but I just don't necessarily love that surrealist style of storytelling. Also, to be perfectly honest with you guys, like it kind of taps into some anxiety issues and things like that. It just doesn't make me, I don't enjoy it. It's not something that I really enjoy, but a lot of people do. And a lot of people really love David Lynch. So you did well. It's a good purchase for sure.
Yeah. Someone asked, what are your thoughts on John Krasinski meeting with Marvel?
I don't have any.
None.
More power to him.
What was that about? Do we know?
Do we know what he's meeting for? What the potential rumor is for? Behind the scenes, I can tell you, like, I enjoy the Marvel movies. I come from comics, so I love those characters and I love those backgrounds. But these Marvel movies have become so much a part of the current model. I don't really like that. I like small handmade movies. They don't have to be super small. 30, 40, 50 million dollars, that's fine. $300 million for one movie, I think, is just ridiculous. And while I do go see them, we do support them, we do our reviews for them, my heart's not really with those movies. So, and I kind of struggle with Krasinski, is that how you say his name? As an action hero, moving away from like Jim or whatever. Like, I think he's just an every guy and like an everyman. I think he's nice, I think he's a charming fellow, but he's now like, is he Jack Ryan, right? I don't know. It's fine. I don't know that it's for me. Not everything's for me, and I'm not sure that is.
Yeah. Have you seen The Devil from 1981?
No, I have not.
Let's see. Special features. What's your favorite special feature that you have seen?
I mean, the first thing that I think of is those huge documentaries on the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know
my
if those
first
are my
thought, too.
favorite, but it's the first thing I think of.
Well, they certainly made an impact.
Yeah, they for sure did.
There was a lot of content. They were very in-depth.
Yeah. I think they'll probably go down in history as the most extensive, substantial special features ever in a mainstream studio-produced set. Because I don't think we're ever going to see that again. I think you talk
Yeah.
about this all the time. Studios want to control the narrative
That's
now.
right.
They don't want the truth to get
Yeah.
out. They want to control it.
Yeah. Plus on those we got a lot of Richard Taylor, so
That's right. We got
can't-
a lot of Richard Taylor.
you can't beat that.
Winner Workshop.
What are your thoughts on Sam Raimi directing Doctor Strange 2?
I'm the guy who doesn't really love the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies. I know that's a hot take. I don't mean for it to be. I don't really connect with those movies like I wish that I did.
Yeah. I
And
think what people need to understand is that what do I want to say?
I don't know.
I mean, people are free to like whatever they want to
Oh,
like.
yeah, I
You're-
don't tell-
You
I
are
don't-
not.
My
You're not going
opinions-
to tell anybody
I
don't
don't-
like that. But
I don't like telling people what to think.
Yeah.
For me personally, I
Yeah.
don't love the Sam. I love Sam Raimi when he was doing Evil Dead stuff, and I don't know the first two Spider-Man movies. They're good, but I don't feel like they're not really Spider-Man. They're like this. When I connect with Spider-Man in the comics, it's that doesn't those two. They feel like two different things to me. So I don't know. But people love them, and that's great. That really is great. I hope that if he does direct this Doctor Strange movie, that they let him go and they don't try to control him. But it's Disney and it's Marvel, and they're absolutely going to try to control him. So I wish him luck, and I hope that he has hair at the end of it.
Isn't that a similar kind of issue that oh, now I can't think of his name. Joss Whedon had
Yeah,
when he directed
yeah. He did the first
Yeah.
Avengers, and
Yeah.
they were like, "Great job! We want you to do the second one. We'll give you all this money." And he was like, "Okay." And then the experience was so micromanaged that he was
Yeah.
so frustrated he had to quit, just walk away for a while.
Yeah.
And then of course Justice League and all that stuff. But like, it's just so weird. Like the modern movie machine. This is why I'm not super into modern movies. Is it's such a machine. So many hands. So many executives that have no idea what they're talking about, but they're controlling things. Notes, studio
By committee.
notes. Yeah. Not crazy about that.
Yeah.
Not crazy about movie by committee.
Yeah.
So,
Are you going to watch the Scorpion Mortal Kombat animated movie?
no, probably not.
Okay.
I mean, I never really played Mortal Kombat. I was more of a Street Fighter guy. I liked the comic booky. Now, Mortal Kombat's gotten, like, I like the movie. I like the first movie. The second movie was terrible. I saw both of them in the theater. I haven't really played any of the Mortal Kombat games since the 90s. I don't know. Is it good? Do you know anything about it? Is it going to be good? Maybe. I'll say maybe. I'm not opposed to it. It's just not on my radar.
Is there a movie that you liked but you know you'll never watch again? And this person's example for themselves is Schindler's List.
Yeah, that's a good example.
It is.
I was thinking about one the other day. What was Titanic's one? Like I saw it. We talk about this sometimes. Like we all saw Titanic in 1997. Like all of us collectively. Like kids, grandparents, like everyone saw Titanic in 1997. We loved it. We had the soundtrack. We cried in the car to that song. And then after that, we just decided we're never talking about it again. We're not going to acknowledge it existed, and we're never watching it again. And there have to be other movies like that. Anything that makes me super heavy or, yeah, there's probably a lot like that. But Titanic is the one that immediately comes to mind. Now watch me say, I'm like, I should probably pick up Titanic. hey, there's a deal alert.
If you found it for a good deal, you would, and then we would never watch it.
Titanic is $5. We got to pick this up, you guys.
Just for posterity, just to
It's preservation.
to have it in
For
our
preservation.
collection. Yep.
Yeah.
Our Library of Congress collection
right.
we have.
That's right.
Yeah.
Any that come to your mind?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna say them.
There's the hot take for sure. I'll avoid the hot take.
Okay.
It's the one that everybody loves that we think is ridiculous.
Oh, from last year, that one.
Yeah,
that
the one from last
yeah.
year with the terrible acting and the terrible script and the
Yeah.
yeah.
That's not what I was thinking of, but okay. What did you think of Star Wars Rise of Skywalker? And how could it be changed to be a lot better movie? Because not everyone enjoyed it. Like some did, but most didn't.
I mean, come on. It's a loaded question. I don't think about Rise of Skywalker. I saw it once. That might be one of those, like, it's out on 4K and everything. I'm just like, maybe one day. Here's the thing with Star Wars. I love Star Wars. I am the original generation of Star Wars. Those 3 original movies I grew up with. Television, VHS, like the pre-THX versions, when they were just Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi, and there wasn't like all this added business with the added special effects and to just like and I enjoyed the prequels for what they are, because as a young fan in my early 20s around that time, I was older than that I guess, but they were not perfect. Obviously they're not perfect, but they do feel like the creation of one person. And none of anything that Disney has done with Star Wars since they bought it feels like the work of one person. It doesn't even feel like the work necessarily, like a cohesive work. It feels like it was being made up as it was going along, which I think we all know it was. And it feels like it's had a ton of meddling. See previous conversation about like the Marvel movies and stuff like that. And so I just find myself, I'm just not interested. At the end of the day, I'm just not interested in them. It's the first time in my entire life that there's like, I'm the guy that would be in high school reading the novels, and like I would go through a Star Wars novel like every single week, and now I find myself and just like, I'm just not interested in those movies. They're fine, they're okay, but I have no passion for them, and I guess that's kind of sad. But at the end of the day, I love George Lucas, and I said this in a recent video. I was like, George Lucas does not care what you think about him or Star Wars, and I love that. I love that punk rock attitude that's like, this is what I want to make, this is how I want to make it, and if you have a problem with it, I don't care. Like, I love that. Mm-hmm. And Disney does not feel that way. Disney is like, whoa, what can we do to make you happy? What if we give you this? What if we take out this and we recast? You don't like this character? We'll get rid of this character. I just don't like that. It just feels very reaction based. So I don't know. I don't think I have an answer for you. I would just not have made them in the first place. But they did make them, so I think they should have, long story short, what they should have done is they should have planned out beats 1, 2, 3, had a through line, had an end destination, and stuck to their guns. You know, everybody gets mad at Rian Johnson because they feel like he went rogue. He wrote, like, that script was cobbled together from Kathleen Kennedy, Bob Iger, Rian Johnson, and a little bit of J.J. Abrams. Like, Rian Johnson did not go rogue. He wrote the script that they loved. And they were like, this is what we want to make. This, like, there is no, well, this is what he brought to the table, so they made it. So much of those movies were conceived by Bob Iger, which is kind of disturbing because he's not a creative guy. He's a business guy. This is an hour video, so I'm just going to bail on that one.
Just find somewhere to
clearly
wrap
I have
up.
thoughts about it, but
yeah.
I don't love the new movies.
Yeah.
I don't, if you do,
great.
That's awesome. Yeah, absolutely. Whatever, listen, all of this, whatever makes you happy, just chase your happiness.
Along the lines of that, someone asks, how sad did Mark Hamill's farewell letter make you? Because it got to them.
It was really unfortunate. It's really disappointing. Basically, like, you can kind of hear regret in everything Mark Hamill has said since the press for the first movie, the first of the newer movies.
Yeah.
Like, everything he's just been like, well, here we are. Like, they didn't treat him well. They didn't serve him well with the story. You got Carrie Fisher gone now. It's kind of that I would have, to answer the previous question, I would have had a lot more with the legacy characters because that's what people are connected with. These new characters they could have been really fun, but I don't feel like the torch was adequately passed. To pass a torch, someone has to be holding the torch to give to someone else instead of just completely invisible for most of the thing.
So Super Thunder Steam Car is the Peter Cook and Dudley Moore sketch that parodies Thunderbirds. So now you know what it
okay.
is.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'll have to check that out.
Do you have any opinion on AMC theaters going bankrupt?
I have not heard that.
I hadn't heard that either.
When did that come out? Is that new?
Lost my place again.
I'm A-list, baby. Not. I should verify. Like, I'm an AMC A-list member. I'm like,
yeah.
They didn't run that by me. I'm A-list.
Like you're on their board or something.
Yeah. No, I haven't heard that.
What do you do for a living aside from YouTube?
Auto. I work in the automotive industry.
Jamie, nobody else have I said who asked the question, and then I get to Jamie Mason. I'm like,
you
Jamie
love
Mason
him.
asked. No, it's just like,
you love
I just
Jamie.
always call him Jamie Mason. I can't.
Our
not.
Patreon family member, our longtime supporter, and our friend. We have tattoos of Jamie.
He asks.
It's a Canadian flag.
What
and
with his face in it.
and a picture of a coffee crisp underneath.
Lost it.
I'm sorry.
What are your upcoming travel plans then, and where would you want to go?
I don't know if I should say that because I think that they're going to happen, and I kind of want you guys to be surprised.
Okay. It's a secret.
It is a secret. Think big. Think big.
Someone asked, are you and Aaron Penn ever going to do a crossover video like Friday night free-for-all chat?
It wouldn't be like that. If we did a crossover video, which I need to, we've talked about it, but I think we're both very busy. I know I am for sure. It would need to be probably a Skype video, and we'd have to pick a topic and just cross over like that. But I love the guy. He's super informed about stuff. He has similar interests to myself as far as like handmade films and exploitation films and drive-in and film history and things like that. Like we have a lot to talk about. We just need to carve out the time to do it, come up with a topic. What topic would you like to see us discuss if we did do like a Skype conversation that we could share with you guys?
Are you still collecting hard case crime books?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Do you like The Court Jester, Danny Kaye, Angela Lansbury, Basil Rathbone?
I have not seen it. That sounds very cool though. Is it on disc?
Have you ever seen the film The Frisco Kid?
Harrison Ford, right? We're talking about the Harrison Ford movie, Frisco Kid? Yeah, but long time ago. Long time ago.
Do you have Shudder?
No.
That's the
I
first
don't.
question. No. Okay. So whatever they're asking.
Well, what
Have
are
you
they
seen this? You will not be. Will you be checking out Joe Bob Briggs' show when it returns later this month?
I'm interested in all that stuff, but I just don't have time for that. My focus has to be, like, it's weird because I have reached the point now where I have to pick focuses, which is why I don't talk as much about books or about comics and stuff like that. And my focus, like, I just don't have time for streaming services. I get so many discs in, and it's a privilege. It's not something I'm complaining about, but I don't really have the time to go watch things on streaming. But if I did, Joe Bob Briggs would be one of those things for sure.
Someone said, not have The Hitcher on Blu-ray in the UK, but there's a German Region B release. Love the movie and hope Arrow picks it up in the UK. Just curious, what is the transfer like on the releases?
On Arrow or on The Hitcher?
Well, no, it just says on the releases out there, so.
If we're talking about Arrow Video, their transfers are outstanding. They're some of the most reference quality transfers of the entire disc field. But as for The Hitcher, I can't speak to that because we're region locked and I don't have that disc.
We've actually had a couple of questions about this. Do you think that the state we're in right now with that thing we don't want to talk about and why we're all staying at home, if that will be the end of the blockbuster movie model or the way that we know cinema right now, especially with everyone streaming as much as they are?
I hope that this gives the major studios a chance to get off the treadmill and reevaluate how they're generating these movies, because it has become, I don't think it's a secret, right? Like every year, bigger. The budgets are bigger, the releases are bigger. And the danger of that, in addition to just not being interested in a lot of super big budget movies, the danger of that is that a couple of failures and you're done.
So you're hoping it will make them more thoughtful and intentional.
I'm
about
hoping it will
their
cause.
product.
Yeah, I'm hoping that it'll instigate maybe a soft reboot. Mm-hmm. I think we're seeing that in a lot of other areas right now. I know from like fast food takeout to, I did a Best Buy pickup the other day and it was awesome. I just was in the app on my phone and it was just like, let us know when you're here, because the store is closed, but they're doing curbside pickup. And so I was just like, I'm here. It was like, tell us what you're picking up. So I tell them, it's like, switch game. And then it's like, click this button to let us know you're here. I click the button. Like a minute later, they walk out. They're like, I'm looking for Heath. I'm like, I'm Heath. And they're like, you got your license, Heath? So I'm in the driver's seat. I just hold it over and she's like, here you go. She just threw it in the passenger seat and I drove off. It's going to cause reevaluation for how some of these things are run. And I think that's probably a good thing. And if they can stop with some of the bloat and the excess and reconnect with, I think company I heard Disney's losing like $30 million a day right now between parks and box office, like all across the board. lets you know too much was in one basket. You need to diversify a little bit. And it just got to, it's been so big. So I don't know, I kind of hope so, but I don't want people to lose their jobs. So.
Okay. Have you seen any Rudy Ray Moore films?
Oh yeah, I have the Dolomite box set. It's actually the Rudy Ray Moore box set.
Did you get to see The Lighthouse yet? This person
No,
said it
not
was
yet.
shot in their home province of Nova Scotia.
Oh wow, I mean I've heard nothing but good things about the Lighthouse, but I have not seen it yet.
Do you enjoy watching standalone movies or multi-season television shows more?
Standalone movies.
Yeah. For me, it's TV shows.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was kind of the root of our 4-season TV show theory
Yeah.
that we did a video about. It's
Yeah.
like, I enjoy TV, but I lose patience with television a lot more quickly than I think most people do.
Let's see. Have you read Dune? And are you excited for the upcoming movie?
I have not read Dune. I own Dune via thrift store copies, but I have not read them. At this point, they're just kind of daunting to me because they're so revered and they're also so, it's not a short series, you know, like it's an investment. So I look forward to what a movie version will do, how it will tell the story, and if they can tell it accurately without sacrificing, you know, story. Because Lord of the Rings, like famously, Lord of the as long as those movies are, there's still so much in the books that they don't get to. Themes and people and characters. I want Tom Bombadil. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Have you seen the Sharp TV series, Sean Bean? No? Okay.
No.
It's so interesting because you've seen so much, but there's just so much out there that there is still so much you haven't seen.
Yeah.
It's crazy. We talked about that, how you get to a point where you have learned so much about something, where you realize you know so much, but there's also way more that you don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And if it's new, and if it's a new streaming original or something like that, the odds of me seeing it are like less than 1%.
Yeah. Well, I don't think this one is new. It says it's Sean Bean pre-Ned Stark.
Oh, the Sharp films. Like Sharp's War. Okay. I have not seen those, but I'm aware of them. And the books as well. Bernard Cornwell. I'm sorry. I thought they were saying like Sharp TV, like a Sharp streaming net, like you know the Sharp. I see what.
Yeah, sorry.
Sharp.
I didn't specify.
Sharp's
all the
War.
things at the end.
Sharp's.
Sorry.
Sharp's rifle. Sharp's socks. Sharp's shoelaces. Yes, I have not seen those. Those was a box set I tried to get a while back, but it didn't pan out. I want to see those very badly because I love Sean Bean. I'm on the same page with you now. It took me a second. Okay.
Some of your favorite non-American movies.
Let's see. Well, I mean, I love. What is that?
I don't know. Maybe a squirrel.
Who was that? I love the Godzilla movies. I love Mothra. I love the Gamera films and stuff like that. Let's see. Let's switch gears to like English films. I mean, I love Monty Python. I love Hammer. Hammer is one of my favorite studios of all time. Trying to think of other regions now. I love the French OS 117 films, the originals, not the parody ones, but the original ones. Yeah, that's good, right?
Your favorite British vintage horror film?
Well, it's gonna be Hammer.
Uh-huh.
So where do I go? I really love Curse of the Werewolf. I love Captain Kronos. Vampire Hunter, I think is I don't think that's in the original UK title of it, but I love the Christopher Lee, Peter Cushing Dracula movies as well. See how I'm not picking just one. I'm trying to, because I can't pick. I don't. I'm trying to think what else are some of my Hammer favorite. Oh, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde is one of my favorite Hammer movies. I also like Amicus is good too. See, I'm giving you more than you asked for.
Well, this person said in parentheses after that question, I'm sending your Hammer House of Horror Blu-ray this week from the UK.
Oh, it's that guy. Okay.
Because the post office is now open again.
Oh, well, legit. Take your time. It's not something that's going to go immediately to the top of the stack. Please understand that. We're so grateful for that, and I'm looking forward to watching it. But there's no hurry. Do it at your convenience. And thank you so much. Thank you very much.
I just want to do a time update really quick.
Okay.
We have 15 minutes left.
15 minutes.
We'll try to get to all we can in the next 15 minutes, but we do have a hard stop time.
Hard stop. Hard out, you guys.
We have to go
Day
at
job.
11:30. Your favorite British comedy film?
Oh, Lord. I don't know.
Okay.
Something Python probably. And I think these days my favorite Python film is Life of Brian. Used to be Holy Grail, but Life of Brian is so much more applicable to our life.
This person says they know you like hard case crime novels.
Yes.
Have you checked out any of the hard case crime comics from Titan Comics?
I have not. Are they any good? Did they do an adequate job of telling the story in, you know, are they good? What do you think about them? I mean, I guess if they're asking about them, they must have an opinion about them. So I would like to.
And this person wants to know, is there a movie character you would want to switch places with? Like they would want to be like Brad Pitt in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood so they could live in
You
want to
be a murderer? An alleged murderer? Sure. Let's see. This is not a real answer, but Philip Seymour Hoffman in Almost Famous, just like writing late at night, drinking cough syrup. You know, sometimes a little cough syrup, and just stay up writing. I want to give a real answer, but I don't know.
You may have to think about that.
Yeah,
one.
I'll have to think about that one.
Do you like Tom Selleck's Jesse Stone series?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Do you have any guilty pleasures in actors?
No, I don't believe in guilty pleasures. There's nothing that I like that I'm like, I don't know if I should tell you guys this. If I did, the one that always comes to mind is Pauly Shore and Encino Man. But I don't really feel guilty about it. I don't really care. But when I was younger, I did care. I was kind of embarrassed by it. But yeah, Encino Man, Pauly Shore. Where's the body?
What's the first movie you saw in theaters? That's a hard question.
I think it was, yeah, it was, I think it was maybe The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh in a re-release out of the vault with The Sword and the Stone, maybe? But we left during The Sword and the Stone because it was magic and it was demonic.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Any,
You can tell what she thinks about that.
any favorite surf rock album?
Oh, geez. Have you heard Bang Mustang? Because they're pretty great. They're a more modern surf rock band. They have an album. Oh, what's the name of the album? They have 2 albums, I believe. They're fantastic. There's a song. Okay, here's YouTube. Bang Mustang, Charles Bronson, and then there's another one. Bang Mustang. It's something buggy. I can't remember but it's got like this like organ breakdown in the middle that sounds like the Munsters theme. It's amazing. They're fantastic. If you haven't heard of those guys, check them out.
Do you like the Hatchet films?
Okay.
Okay.
I have them. Actually, I
I'm trying
don't
to move
have Hatchet
faster
3.
so we can get in as many questions as possible.
I do not have Hatchet. Maybe it's Hatchet 2 I don't have. There's one of them I don't have, and I have all the rest. I enjoy them for what they are. I love Kane Hodder. I love slasher horror. It's a lot of trips to the well on that one, though. You know what I mean? But they're good. I like them.
Are you going to pick up the Back to the Future trilogy on 4K?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
For sure.
Um,
Let me see, Doc. You mean to tell me? Okay, I'll stop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your favorite boutique label aside from Kino and Warner Archive?
I love Mill Creek. Yeah, it's Mill Creek Entertainment.
Do you think
I was covering Mill Creek Entertainment before they knew about me and were like sending me things to review, which I gotta tell you, behind the scenes, Mill Creek is a wonderful company, but I loved them so much beforehand. Like I was into all the 50 movie packs and the 250 movie packs. I consider them to be pop culture preservationists, and they have, in the last 2 years, I would say, they have gone from being like the budget company people to being legitimate purveyors of, like, look at what they got, the Ultraman stuff. They put out all of the Andy Sedaris movies. Nobody else put out the Andy Sedaris movies. They put them out, and they're on these beautiful restorations for the American Genre Film Archive. So I love what they're doing. I love it.
Do you think the Flintstones will get a Blu-ray treatment like the Jetsons and Scooby-Doo?
100%. I don't know anything, but there's got to be money, right? It's got to be money there.
What do you think of the Russ Meyer movies like Faster Pussycat Kill Kill?
I think I love them, and I wish that they were on Blu-ray. That's what I think. Or even on DVD. They're out of print everywhere.
Do you think that the cinema companies will raise their prices to compensate for losses?
That
now?
would be a bad move if they
It
do.
would.
That's not the right way to go.
I wondered that about Disney as well.
Yeah, that's not the right thing to do. The right thing to do is to open the door for everybody and hope that they come back, not to make it a limited, an exclusive experience. That's not the way to go. We're going to get through this thing together, and I think that it's together that a company will succeed or fail. Did that statement make sense?
Yeah.
It's by being together that we will succeed.
We have to work together as a community and as people.
Yeah.
I think is what you're saying.
You're not going to get people back by raising prices.
No,
And that
for
doesn't
sure.
mean people aren't going to try it, but I don't think that's the right way to go.
Someone asked what
It's a dinosaur in the Jurassic Deck.
Someone asked what my favorite TV show is. I guess if I had to pick a favorite, it would be Seinfeld.
What's your second favorite?
Oh my gosh. I don't know. I like.
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Mary Tyler Moore, I Love Lucy.
Oh, I Love Lucy would be at the top.
The Andy
just 'cause
Griffith
it's
Show?
I Love Lucy because it's a classic, but I like so many TV shows. It's really hard to choose a favorite, but I guess Seinfeld would be my go-to favorite. Yep. This is not a question, but just before I forget, because I see it, someone would like you to review Monsters for your next review palooza.
The Gareth Edwards movie? Maybe.
They said the last time they asked you, you hadn't seen it.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what we're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you?
I'll
into-
get to it as soon as I can.
Are you into Resident Evil?
It's okay. I have the movies. I have all the movies in the box set, and I like them. I don't love them, and I never really played. I played some of the games back in the day in the '90s, but I don't find myself. I don't have any affection or nostalgia for it or anything like that. They're fine for me.
Oh, just also before I forget, they said that AMC announced bankruptcy yesterday, maybe,
Oh.
and that the someone, John Campea, I don't know
Yeah.
how to say his name.
Yeah.
Is talking about it on his channel right now.
Okay. Well, there you go.
So there you go. Were you an X-Files guy?
Yeah, for sure.
Yep, definitely. That's one of the best things we've passed on to many midnight is trust no one from the
Sure.
X-Files.
And that's kind of our credo. As being Gen Xers, the people sometimes think we're millennials. We're actually Gen Xers. Trust no one is a good credo for us. It's how we were all raised.
Are you into Italian movies? Like, go ahead, tell them what Italian movies you like.
Yeah.
And do you have a favorite director, actor, actress in this field? They're talking like horror, spaghetti westerns, like all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we talk about Italian movies all the time. I can't direct you to one particular thing, but that is one of my favorite genres. My favorite. I'm a huge spaghetti western fan. I like Italian horror. I'm not super into giallo, but I like the cop. The cop movies. Franco Nero maybe. Favorite director. I really maybe Corbucci probably. Corbucci over Leone, which is probably controversial, but I'm gonna stick to it. I also like Margheriti and go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
No, it's
okay.
fine. Whenever
Let's
you're
move on.
finished. Do you have a favorite 30s, 40s, 50s era monster movie?
Bride of Frankenstein.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Although the last time I watched The Invisible Man, I could not believe how much I connected with it. The original, the Claude Rains original. That may be my new favorite Universal monster movie.
Someone asked me, did I see the Will and Grace I Love Lucy episode? No, I know about it. It's on my watch list, but I haven't watched it yet. Let's see.
What time is it?
We have 7 minutes left.
7 minutes.
7 minutes
You guys want
left.
to play 7 Minutes in Heaven?
Someone asked, so in the run of a week, what's your viewing schedule after you do the live schedule? Do you set up what you're going to watch, like new releases, old stuff, TV, etc.?
So it's all in a stack. It's the stack that I was saying. It has at least 30 things in it at all times. And when I finally sit down at like 9 o'clock at night after I've done editing or whatever, I'm like, what is happening right now? What do I feel passion for right now? And sometimes that's a TV show or an episode of a TV show. Now we do what we're like together. We'll watch stuff like we're watching 30 Rock right now via the new Blu-rays, which they're fantastic. But when it's just Heath time, I pull from the stack. So it'd be like last night was the Bud Bedecker movie. Tonight it's probably going to be another 50s noir or something like that. Just depends on like what I know I need to review, and if I have something that I want to put in there myself, Like recently, I was like, you know what? I really want to watch The Octagon again. I feel a drive to watch The Octagon with Chuck Norris again. So that's in the stack now.
Would you like to see a Sword of Truth movie series?
Not honestly, no. I don't. Not really.
Oh,
It could be
here's-
cool.
here's a great
I'm open for it.
question. Christopher Lee or Peter Cushing?
Peter Cushing. No question.
No
Peter
question.
Cushing.
Okay. Let's see. What's I don't know that you can answer this question. What's currently on your wish list? You constantly have a list going, right?
Yeah. I would like for. I'll give one. I would like for Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid to get a Blu-ray release with both cuts.
Do you own any Vinegar Syndrome Blu-rays?
Absolutely. Yes, I do. I mean, I can't name them. I have several. I have like a stack of Vinegar Syndrome. I like them. I don't get into the adult films. I'm not interested in that. But when they get into some cult stuff, and they've been leaning kind of more heavily into some more, yes, I do.
We're kind of like winding down, which
Cool.
is good.
Yeah,
We've
'cause
only
we-
got 4 minutes left.
Hard out.
Someone did ask this, and I can't determine if they're asking seriously or as a joke.
Okay.
Do you think 9 Lives, the Kevin Spacey cat movie, is a masterpiece?
Yeah, I didn't watch that. Did you actually watch that? Because I did not, and I probably never will.
No. As much as we love cats.
Yeah.
No. Maybe that's why we don't want to watch it. I don't know.
No, I don't want to watch it because it's a Kevin Spacey cat movie.
Exactly.
And isn't Jennifer Garner in that? Like,
Yes.
poor Jennifer Garner. What career path led her to that movie?
Mm-hmm.
You bailing on me?
No. What's the worst remake you've ever seen?
There's a lot, man. The first two that came to mind were, well, no, those aren't even remakes. Those are just adaptations. I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't have an answer for that one. I could, if I had time to think about it, I could pull something. But I didn't watch the Death Wish remake. I kind of avoid them, to be honest with you. I see some of them, but you know what? No, that's not a remake. I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't know. Look how sunny it just got.
I know. Oh, so we have 3 minutes left.
Okay, 3 minutes.
I think we should. I mean, there's several other questions.
Can we
but
fly
I
through
think
them real quick? If I give like real short answers, can we do it?
Maybe.
Stop question. No more questions, guys. Pencils down. And we're going to try to answer everything that's been
Favorite boutique company release? Maybe.
asked. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Favorite Roger Corman or Chris Bronson movie? Or Charles Bronson
Corman,
movie.
I love the Vincent Price Poe movies. I can't pick one out of them. But, and Bronson?
Yeah, Charles Bronson.
Probably be one of his westerns, but I can't pick one of those either. But that's something.
This person knows you like to keep things positive, which
Yeah.
they love, but is there a filmmaker you find pretentious?
Yeah, a lot of them. Todd Phillips.
Favorite Fulci or Argento?
Fulci, I have such affection for House by the Cemetery that the last time I watched it, I didn't like it as much as I used to. Argento, pass. I'll have to come back
Pass?
to it.
Okay.
I want to do an Argento spotlight, but I have a few more that I need to watch first.
Favorite Vincent Price movie?
Oh, it's going to be House on Haunted Hill or The Last Man on Earth.
Okay. Have you seen the movie K-19, and if so, what did you think?
Harrison Ford's submarine movie, K-19, The Widowmaker. I feel like I did back in the day. I don't remember it enough to comment. I think it was fine.
Well, clearly not.
Get
very,
off my sub.
Clearly not very memorable.
Well, it's not necessarily.
Oh, okay.
We're talking like 20, we're talking 20 years ago.
That's true. All right.
Oh, was that it?
I think, well, we've got 1 minute, so we need to start wrapping it up.
Okay.
That's it. You told them to stop asking questions.
Yeah, but I thought you were saving one for the end.
Well,
or
it was
something.
a Vincent Price one, but then more came in after
Oh, okay.
that. So,
Guys, thank you so much. This was, I think this was a
It's
success.
great. Yeah.
We've done live streams in the past that have been not so fun to do because either poorly attended or just for various reasons, like troll control and stuff like that. So this was very awesome. Thank you guys for showing up for this. Would you like to see more things like this? Let us know in the comments. Give us thumbs ups and all that stuff. All that helps us know, well, they like this connected. So thank you so much for being here, and we'll have something else coming in another couple of days, but we really do appreciate you guys, and stay safe out there, stay positive, and until next time, we will catch you. Well, I'm going to say later, but how do I end this? I think it's right here. Later? Question mark? Bye, guys.